Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Thank you for the opportunity. Let me to introduce myself. My name is Rani Rahandriani, and I lecture at Stabas Sekolah Tinggi Analis Bakti Asih. I will try to presentation my research about optimization of polyethylene glycol concentration as an agglutination potentiator for examination of blood type of dry blood sample. Okay. The introductions about this research, uh, the backgrounds we know blood type is classifying blood based on the presence of antigen on the surface the erythrocyte membranes, and this blood type usually to determine uh, antigen erythrocyte, and this in criminal case dry blood spot are often used as sample in the determining blood types on the examination with the elution absorption methods. Okay, but that methods have problem where determining blood type dry blood in the elution absorption method. This method requires a long and complicated time. Okay, the best literature about polyethylene glycol is a proven potentiator that detects the reaction of polyethylene glycol antigens and antibodies better than polybrane and low ionic strength saline oris, because it can detect water antibody reaction better, accelerate incubation time, and lower false positive rates. Okay. The solution for the have problem that use of polyethylene glycol has been studied that polyethylene glycol for 1000 with a concentration of 30% can detect weak reaction between antigens and antibody better than other potentiators such as Lis and polybrane. Okay. The methodology this research is experiments. The experiment design the one-shot case study where experiments the treatment blood typing test with modification methods and comparison control blood typing tests with absorption elution methods uh, is the standard methods. And the posters I have forming agglutination to blood type A, B, and AB, not forming agglutination for blood type O. Okay. The experiment unit, the sample of this study were dried blood spots of individual consisting of blood type A, blood type B, blood type A, B, and blood type O is one sample. Okay. The research flow. When the research use venous blood, and the venous blood and then the determination of blood type E, B, A, B, O use antiserum A, B, B, and antiserum A, B to determination of blood tests, and then after determination of blood type, next drain it to be a spot of dried blood. If I get the sample of spot dried blood, and then I blood typing test again with two methods, absorption elution is standard method to control, and the modification method is with polyethylene glycol is the variation concentration 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1%, and without PEG. And then after test the about to the both this method, I get results, and the result and I analyze and I get conclusions. Okay. The procedure LC absorption method, I use the venous blades of 10 was drop on 0.2 gram wool yarn of 20 microliter and allow to dry. That's we can see the picture in the plate. I get blood dry in wool, and I and then the blood dry. I soak in natrium chloride physiologist, and then I get suspend erythrocyte after washing natrium chloride physiologist three times. When I get the samples suspension erythrocyte, uh, the next uh, the next procedure, the test for to anti serum uh, into the first tube and anti B in the second tube. The tube first and then the tube were stored in the refrigerator at 4 degrees Celsius for one night. If the store and then the test tube is placed in a water bath at 56 degrees Celsius for 10 minutes to elute the antibody and transfer the elute to another tube. Okay, and then one drop suspension of red blood cells A and B into its test tube, and then one drop of solution is placed on a glass object and examined for agglutination using a microscope at 50 time magnifications. Okay, two procedural PEG methods, the same preparation sample with the LC absorption methods. I get the suspension aerosol after washing and as a physiologist three times. I next the next I test the tube one add anti A suspension erythrocyte PAG PEG 5 or 4 or 3 or 2 or 1% without PEG, and tube 2 anti B add suspension cell and PEG or 4, 3, 2 or 1% without PEG. If the test is we with the mix and sex slowly so that it is homogeneous. If homogeneous, and then centrifuge with a speed of 3000 rpm for 5 seconds. If the centrifuge and then the tube is the second slowly and seen with agglutination microscope in macroscopist and microscopist, then calculate the formation time of the agglutination. Okay, to interpretation of results, we can assessment of agglutination that is formed is seen by look of positive 4 if all sediment solid and clear liquid, positive 3 if sediment split or several with clumps big, positive 2 the clump is more rough, positive 1 very large clump and smooth, murky liquid looks reddish in color. Positive or negative, negative agglutination, if agglutination like positive 1 at glance still look like a clump, smooth gains a reddish background, or agglutination is only visible in minor microscopes, and negative there is no agglutination. Okay, the research results, we can see great agglutination. The sample blood time used A, B, and O, and then each sample repeat 5 repeat to research. We can see result LUC absorption method. that gets result positive 2, and then modification PAG without PEG, it this positive 2, and 5 and 4% percent concentration PEG is positive 4, 3, 2, and 1 concentration PEG percent concentration PEG is the result positive 3. Okay, the observation show that the agglutination grade in the modification method can be observed more clearly than the elution absorption methods. The agglutination grade in the modification method show for positive 4 strong and positive 3 good, and without using PEG the results are the same as the standard, which is the elution absorption methods. Okay, so what is said to be optimal result is at 4% PEG concentration, because under 3% the results are not strong enough for some other blood types. Okay. The other result, we can see average agglutination formation time modification method with variation in PEG concentration, about what the fast reaction with PEG methods. Okay, we can see blood type A, B, A, B. We just look modification with PEG methods for percent concentration PEG 2 second, 2 between 3 second. Okay, but 3, 2, and 1% PEG concentration is the long time, but 4 and 5 concentration PEG. Okay, so the smaller the concentration of PEG added, the longer the agglutination is formed. The higher the concentration of agglutination formation, the shorter. At PEG concentration of 5% and 4% at 3 seconds, concentration of 3%, 2%, and 1% indicate a longer time for agglutination to form, so that 3% is not yet the optimum. That we can see in the graphic about average graph of incubation time. Okay, this is observation result in the tube. To macroscopies, we can see the result elusive absorption methods. This is we can see the clumping is the positive 2, and PEG 5 and 4 concentration 5 and 4% concentration PEG is the clumping 4. Okay, positive 4, and then the without PEG, this is we can see positive 2, and the PEG concentration PEG 3, 2, and 1% is the show positive 3. Okay, and then this is the picture about microscopic results. She can to look clumping in the in the object under microscope. The control negative is not to clumping, and then elusive absorption method is we can see positive 2 agglutinations, and then PEG 3%, PEG 2%, PEG 1%, and this is the show positive 3 clumping or agglutination, and without PEG positive 2 agglutination. This is we can see the clumping. Okay, the result, and then the analyze for static non-parametric. Okay, we can see the ranking of agglutination quality in the cell for in the PEG concentration 4%. See, so higher uh, higher for other. Okay. The next analyze to uh, to to know is different or no. Uh, Use analyze Kurska-Wallis and Mann-Whitney U to get significant the less 0.05. So conclusion, the significance of the agglutination grade is significantly different than the control. Okay. The last conclusion, there are different interpretation of the results of the addition of various variations in the concentration of polyethylene glycol as an agglutination potentiator of dried blood spot sample on blood type examination. And the addition of polyethylene glycol 4% is the optimum concentration as an agglutination forming potentiator in the examination of blood group sample of dried blood spot. To finish, I close my presentation. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.